any remover 1 minute, and I'm not lying, it's completely removed in just like a chunk. Hey guys, welcome back to the Clean Beauty Code. I'm so excited for this video because we're doing my February Clean Beauty favorites. And I'm so excited February's over, not because I want to speed up time or anything, but just because I'm so excited for spring. Spring, the smell of spring has already started, and like the vibes of spring have already like begun. So I'm so excited to get into March and just have a little bit of warmer weather. I'm not a big summer girly just because I don't like sweating, and it's been so hot the last 2 summers, whereas like I feel like it didn't used to be as hot as it was at least last year. I was like sweating out. So, but I am a really big spring fan, so I cannot wait. Anyways, I just want to jump into this video and get started because we have a lot of good stuff to talk about. So if you're excited for this video and more videos like this, then please like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into my February beauty favorites. February beauty favorites, let's get into it, you guys. First, we're doing nails, and we're talking about Manicurist, which I've already done a whole video on, but I've been obsessing with their polish, you guys. It's so easy to apply. It's so easy to remove. And if you don't know, I have a whole video, so I'm not going to get too much into it. It's a traditional style nail polish that you cure in LED, and it can last up to 10 days. For me, I can make it last for 2 weeks. This is now 8 days, I believe, of this, and that's pretty good, and it just lasts and lasts. And I'm gonna I have one product that they also have that isn't the traditional like part of the system that I use that makes it last even longer. Like I've been able to do a little bit past 14 days. Anyways, I digress. So I've been loving this shade here, which is Licorice. It's the polish. I love a black nail polish. It's so good. So I've been loving this. Also this shade, which is my most asked about shade when I'm wearing it in videos, the shade Red Cherry, or is it Cherry Red? Red Cherry. It's so freaking good. And then I've also been loving, I think it's Hollyhock. Yeah, Hollyhock, which is this really beautiful shade. It's so dark and just luxurious and rich looking. I'm obsessed. So it's like a whole system. So it comes with like a base coat and a top coat, but you like cure it and then you're good to go. You do all the steps. But during like to add extra shine or to make them last longer, they came out with this polish. It's called their nail polish color refresher. It's their green flash, because the system I'm talking about is the green flash system. Anyways, and this one you don't need to cure. You paint your nails. It dries so quickly and your nails look so shiny and so beautiful. Because I feel like after a little bit of time, like maybe 5 days, polish in general, even sometimes gel, like can lose the shine a bit depending on the gel, but this refreshes it and it makes it last so long. I'm obsessed with it, and it dries so fast, it lasts really long. Anyways, I digress. I'm obsessed with it. And the nail polish, you put remover, it can be any remover. I really like their remover, but any remover 1 minute, and I'm not lying, it's completely removed in just like a chunk. I actually show in the video that I talked about this in how like an example of it coming fully out so that you can actually see it, but it's so good. Anyways, I digress. Next, we're gonna move on to complexion. I have been loving her, okay? The Westman Atelier complexion drops. I just love these. They are so good. I wear the shade X in this, and I also wear the shade X in their foundation stick, which I also love their foundation stick, but this is just so good. It's so hydrating. It makes my skin look and feel really good. And right now, because of how cuttingly cold the wind is in the northeast of the United States, I need something that makes my skin feel good if I'm wearing a complexion product, because if not, your skin can just feel tight. This has been a godsend. And then also another Westman Atelier, which I've been talking about nonstop. I'm obsessed with these. These are their illuminating drops. This is the shade, I have 2 shades. This is the shade Peau de Pêche, and this one's Peau de Soleil. I like to wear them individually, alone, together. Individually and alone are kind of the same thing. Individually, mixed together. It's just so good. Wear it like with product on top of it, wear it alone, wear it mixed into stuff. I don't know. These are so good, and they're so hydrating, and they are very much a makeup product that feels like skincare, which is what I love about this product as well. They're just so good. And right now, I'm just dropping things left and right. Right now, with where my skin is at, where I've had some pretty bad breakouts, you will be able to tell. Wait, this side? Yeah, this side. You'll be able to tell I have some hyperpigmentation. That's just, she's got to go away. I need stuff that's like really hydrating so that the hyperpigmentation and the acne that I did have like doesn't get super dry and just get worse. Anyways, loving. Then on top of my hyperpigmentation that I currently am suffering with, I've been loving this, the Amera Beauty Foundation Concealer Stick. You know how I love this. It's so good. I wear the shade Buff in this, and you can also wear this under the eyes, and it literally doesn't crease, but this is so, so good. I love to wear this. I just put it on and then let it sit for a second, then tap it out, and it just completely covers it, and it's a really good, if you're my complexion, it's a really good shade match. Now, concealer. I've been going like kind of back and forth between a lot of concealers, but this month, she's back on top, you guys. The Cool Feet Concealer, I love this. This is a fresh one, which is the best. And I wear the shade Mango Drop in this. It's just so good. It has a little bit of dew to it, but not so much where it looks like your eyes are like leaking. It's just so nice, so hydrating. And because again, it is so cuttingly cold with the wind here, that this just makes my under eyes feel and look really good throughout the day. And then by the end of the day, when I take my makeup off, my under eyes aren't like screaming. You know when sometimes you remove your makeup and your under eyes are just like not red, but they feel like they're red and they're almost like ouch. I avoid that when I wear this. This is really good. So the next, I'm gonna go, let's go mascara next. So I've been grabbing 2 mascaras a ton this month. I'm wearing one today. The one I'm wearing today is this one. This one is the Westman Atelier mascara, their new one. I'm obsessed with this one. I did not know I would be this obsessed, and I'm upset because it's expensive, but that's okay. It's cheaper than their other one. So it's like $16 or something cheaper than their original one they came out with in the gold bottle. So at least there's that, but it's still expensive. But this is really good. I love this. It gives a really natural look to the lashes. This is just one coat of mascara. I hope you can see. It's really good. And I don't feel like it crumbles. It doesn't run. It looks beautiful throughout the day. And for that very natural makeup look where it kind of is like, oh, is she wearing makeup? But you do want it to kind of look like, oh, I'm just wearing mascara or whatever. This is a really good product for that because it does build up. It does give volume, especially if you're really focusing it. I just kind of like quickly applied it, but it gives volume. It makes your lashes look really nice, really natural. I don't know, I'm obsessed with this. And then it wouldn't be a favorites video without her. The Jones Road Beauty Mascara, which is the love of my life. It is so good. I'd still grab this a ton. I love to mix these two together. These two are a dynamic combination for me right now. I'm just loving them. And if I had to pick a mascara that I prefer to wear on my bottom lashes, it's this one because it just wears perfectly on my bottom lashes. This is very good. So the next. This is all over the place. Normally I do a different order, but not today. Next, this eyeliner specifically from Victoria Beckham Beauty. This is so good. This is the shade Cinnamon. I did a video where I kind of applied it. I love this on my bottom lashes or all over my lid or just a little bit smoked. It's so pretty. Let me show you. Look how pretty that is. Ugh, it's just so, so good. And this is going to be one that specifically in spring and summer, you're going to be sick of me talking about her because it's so good. It's so beautiful. And it wears beautifully in the waterline. I almost said every time I'm thinking of the waterline, I say something that isn't waterline. I always say like inner rim, which I hate that, but I love it in my waterline. I love it just on my lash line, on my lower lash line. I don't know, I'm obsessed with it. It's so good. And they have this more like emeraldy olivey tone that I really want to get because I feel like with how dark my eyes are, it's just going to look really good. I don't know why, but I really want to try it. Anyways, I digress. Next, we're moving on to blush. So I have been loving this powder blush. This is specifically Kiss of Rose, but also Kiss of Pink from Bare Minerals in their Gen Nude. This is their bronzer blush kind of duo. This is so good. I mean, this is honestly probably going to be my most favorite blush of all time. I feel like because it's just so beautiful, not too shiny, but has sheen to it, makes your cheeks look really healthy. I don't know, I'm obsessed. And for a powder blush to do that, I feel like is really good. And again, I say this every time I talk about these blushes, but if you are a big fan of the Hourglass ambient lighting blushes, you'll probably be a really big fan of these because the formula really reminds me of each other. I will say these are pressed a little bit less hard in the pan than the ambient lighting blushes, but not in a way where it fluffs or anything, but just it's something to know. A little bit less hard in the pan, but it's really, really good. Anyways, I digress. Next. This specific one from Victoria Beckham Beauty, this is their stick blush in the shade Mini Skirt, which is my newer shade of them. I also have the shade Playground, which love of my life. But this is so good. I love this formula. The way that it wears is just beautiful. The way it blends is beautiful. It is just, you cannot go wrong with these blushes. I just know they're very expensive, but they last really, really long, I will say. A very little bit goes a long way, and their shades and formula is just amazing. Next, these Saie Beauty blushes. So these two shades specifically, the shade Cutie, which is one of their newer shades, and then the shade Chili, which is just, I love this shade. And these are beautiful. This one's definitely a more year-round shade for me, the shade Cutie, which is their newest shade. They have 3 new shades. I got 2 of the new shades because one of them looked like it was going to be too light. I think the other shade I got is Sweetie, but it is so beautiful. Oh, I'm just obsessed. And going into spring, summer, when you want a little bit more of a sun-kissed look, but you don't want it to be too red or too anything, I feel like shades like this are going to be amazing on so many skin tones, and I love. And you know how I feel about the Saie Beauty blushes, that I have dedicated videos. It might be 2 dedicated videos or just maybe 1, but I'm obsessed and I own all the shades except one, which is out of the newest one, the one that was super, super light because it was just, I didn't think it would look good on me. Anyways, next we're moving on to bronzer, and she's just love of my life. The Rose Ink Cream Bronzer in the shade Seychelles. I love this because it blends like a dream. It isn't dewy, so it doesn't make, when you're putting blush on top of it, because I love a dewy blush, it doesn't add too much dew. It wears super well. It's super thin formula-wise, but it's so thin that it looks like nothing, but it looks like something. I don't know how to explain it. It's so, so good. If you're a big fan of the Chanel bronzer, you'll probably really love this one. Next, we have this, the Westman Atelier Contour Stick in the shade Truffle. I wear this kind of as a bronzer contour duo because I don't wear contour just on its own, like as an individual product, because I feel like on me, it looks insane. I could be wrong, but every time I'm like, am I sure that this is the look I want? But I love this. It's so good. Blends like a dream. It's a favorite of so many for so many reasons. It's really good. And they make minis now of all 3 of the shades. I think it's 3 or 4 shades. Either way, they make minis of all the shades now, which is great. So if you wanted to try this out, but you didn't want to shell out the money, because obviously these are not that cheap, you can get the minis now of all the shades, which is great because they used to only have a mini of the shade Biscuit, I believe, which I have a mini of the shade Biscuit because sometimes I like to mix it with this one. But now that they expanded, I'm happy because that was kind of whack attack. Make it more available. Anyways, I digress. Now, we're moving on to powder. 2 powders, one being the Westman Atelier. I just love this in my purse all the time. It is so good. This is just the translucent shade. I know they have a bunch of shades. They have like a pink and a more tan shade. But this is great. I love this, and it really keeps my makeup looking good all day. It has a little bit of a blurring effect, at least in my opinion. It kind of blurs out and kind of hides imperfections really well. I really like this. And then the Amy Collet. I love her. She is the best setting powder ever used. Really, really good. No one's surprised by this because I've talked about this since I've gotten this. It is so, so good. Next, we have another eye product. I don't know why I didn't do this in order. I normally try to keep categories together, but today we're all over the place. The Ritual des Filles, their eye gloss or eye jelly. It's so good. In the shade, I believe it's Apis. Apis. It is so good. I'm obsessed with this. I love this product. So usually cream products that you can put all over the lid that are this formula can crease. This doesn't always crease for me, but when it does, which is usually like once it's set down, it kind of creases. All I have to do is tap out the crease and it never creases again. I don't understand the hocus pocus, but you know what? I'll take it. It is so good. It is so beautiful. This is one that in spring and summer, I will be living in. Okay, it is so good. They have a bunch of different shades. Apis is really my vibe, but there's so many incredible shades. It's just so good. I love, Ritual de Fille is a brand that really has just surprised me in the best way, because I didn't think, oh yeah, I would really like all their products. But they shockingly have so many that I love. This is one by far my favorite, but their foundation is also really good. I don't know, I'm obsessed. Anyways, I digress. Highlighter. So just for, if I want just like an individual highlight, instead of something more like the Westman Atelier, their illuminator drops, this from Minori is, I mean, I've talked about this a ton. I love this in the shade Champagne. It is just so beautiful. It is so thin. It has, I have it on today. It has the most, oh, please excuse my hyperpigmentation, but it has the most beautiful sheen to it. It is just so gorgeous. I am such a big fan. So the next, this month has been a big lip month for me because I really have been focusing on getting my lips to act right because they're always peeling. It's so cuttingly cold outside that now they've been just chapping so much. My friends have all been just in dire straits as well, and they actually drink water. I drink water now a lot more than I used to, but still, like, everyone is really struggling with their lips, so I've really been focusing on my lips. So it's been a lot of balmy tinted products. So first, this, which I think this is my third of this one now, the Ole Henriksen, their lip peptide, and this one, which I love. This is the shade Cocoa. Yeah, Cocoa Cream. I've just been obsessed with. They make my lips so hydrated. I love this. Like, if you don't want a tint, which I totally get, this is so good, and my lips have been needing this because it is so awful. I mean, you could just use like an Aquaphor or whatever, but for me, these products have been amazing. I'm still loving the Summer Fridays, specifically the shade Brown Sugar, or is it Brown Sugar? Yeah. Yes, Brown Sugar. This is so good. I have a mini of this one too. This is so good. Such a beautiful tint, and it's super hydrating too. Then these save my lips. So these are the Rowan Beauty liquid lip balms, and I have 3 shades here today. One is, oh, where's the, oh, here it is. I have 4 shades here today. The other one was in my lap. I have the shade Charlie, which I love. This is my most worn and repurchased. I've repurchased this probably 4 or 5 times now. Then this one is the shade Remy, which I love when I'm wearing like a brown lip liner, or I want a little bit more of a beigey nude lip color. This is great. Then this one is so good. This is Scout. Scout, really good, really pretty, like berry tone. And then this one is incredible. This is Remy, I believe. No, Jude. Didn't I just say Remy? Can I get it together? Jude, which is a more, it's like a more warm tone brown, but it's gorge. I'm obsessed with these, and they keep my lips so hydrated, which I have been needing desperately. I've also been grabbing the Summer Fridays, their lip oil a ton. And what shade is this one? Rosewood Nights. And this is just, let me put some on because I need a little bit of balm right now. It is so good and so hydrating. And what I love about all these products is they're not super thick, so you don't get goopy. I don't know if that makes sense, but it doesn't get goopy. You're just always super hydrated. This is a great one as well. I'm surprised I actually like this because I thought for sure that this was going to be super thin and kind of one that just kind of fell by the wayside or in the back of my purse. But I really like this, and I do have this in my purse. I have also all of these in my purse, so judge me. But all of these and the shade Charlie specifically in this one, the Rowan Beauty, because it is just a really good Your Lips But Better shade for me. Next, we're moving on to lip liner, and I've been grabbing two a ton. This one from Victoria Beckham Beauty, the shade 04. I'm going to do a little swatchy on the back of my hand for you. It's just so beautiful. It's so good. I have backups of this. You know something is a favorite when you have backups. I have backups on backups because I cannot run out. And then this one specifically from Jones Road Beauty. This is the shade Rosewood. Is it Rosewood? Yeah, Rosewood, and I love it. So that is this one here, and just so good. It's a very much Your Lips But Better shade for my lip color, my natural lip color. They're just so good. The Jones Road Beauty one is a little bit creamier than the Victoria Beckham Beauty, but these are both amazing, and they don't dry out my lips. Just so good. Then this setting spray from LYS Beauty. I have backups of her because she is so good, and I just love it. I sprayed my face with this, and it just locks everything in, and it doesn't have that tackiness that a lot of setting sprays do have that are super long wearing. I did a whole video where I compared this to the Urban Decay and Charlotte Tilbury, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but this is really good. So now we're going to move on to skincare. So first, I've been grabbing this a ton, the Fresh Sugar lip primer, which is kind of like an AHA kind of exfoliator product, but this is so good. I love this, and I currently am working on, and I think I have found the perfect lip routine for my lips to be less absolutely struggling dry. And this is part of that routine, but I have been doing it for the past like 3 to 4 days, I want to say, maybe 3 days, but it is so far like transforming my lips for the better. So I'm going to keep doing it for a couple months before I do a whole video on it, but I'm loving this, and it's part of that routine. So then next, the Caudalie, their Grape Water. I love this. I spray my face with this. I spray my face with this constantly. So before I do my skincare, to just refresh my face, I use this all the time. It is so good, and I just love this. I highly recommend checking this out. Next, we have the Edam Milk Marvel Dark Spot Serum. This is so good. I mean, I used to use this all the time when my hyperpigmentation was a lot worse. Well, right now, we got these two that need to go away. So I got her back in my skincare routine. So good. I love this. I like just, you put it on damp skin, or I'll just spray my face with this first and then apply this. Depends on kind of the day, but I like to apply this, and it really does make such a big difference. I feel like since I got the hyperpigmentation that like permanently has settled onto my skin over the last like 3 days, that it has gotten a lot lighter, and this is definitely part of that. This is so good if you suffer with hyperpigmentation. Feel you. It's so rude and disrespectful. This is really good and definitely worth adding to your routine. Just make sure you apply it to damp skin. Next, we have a 2% BHA liquid, which you know I love. This one's from Naturium, and I just love this. It's great, and it also is really good for getting rid of hyperpigmentation a lot faster. So good. Next, Cosa Sport, another product I always have backups of. Their deodorant is so good. Honestly, this is my most purchased product, I feel like, ever in life. This, if I run out of, you bet your bottom dollar, I will move heaven and earth till I get this back in, because this is so good. I don't like to run out, which is why I like to have backups, because you can't really see how much you have. You can kind of guess. So I like to just have backups just in case when I'm like not paying attention and all of a sudden I'm out. I don't like that. That doesn't work for me, so I always have a backup. Then I have 2 products for body hyperpigmentation. This one from Versed, which you know I love. This is a body retinol. This is so good. This has changed my life with body hyperpigmentation, especially on my back. Oh my goodness. I actually was showing, I'm going to do a blog post on this, but I have so many pictures of my back and the progress that I have made, and this one it's just so good. I highly recommend checking this out. And this one is about $20, I believe. It is really good. So then I have this one from Iota, which I love. And this is kind of a retinol alternative, but I have noticed a really big difference using this as well. This is so good. It's nice and liquid and hydrating. And this one I like to use on my arms because I get eczema on my arms too and all of that. And this does such a good job of kind of getting rid of that darkness that eczema can give or leave behind, or really the hyperpigmentation that eczema can leave behind. This is so, so good. I'm a really big fan. And I mean, I love Iota. Their body serum is incredible. And this surprised me with how much I like it, but I'm still loving her. She's really, really good. Next, I have two kind of acne products. So this is from Peach Slices. This is their Deep Blemish Micro Dot kind of product. I've gone through so many packages of this month because of how deep specifically this mark was on. I don't think I have in the last 5 years had an acne mark that was quite this deep. And, or not an acne mark, actual zit that was this deep, and it took forever to go away, and now I'm just living with kind of the remnants, but that's okay. It'll be gone in a couple months, hopefully in a month. But this has been just life-changing for me. I love this, and I've talked about this a ton, but I'm a really big fan of these. And then this product, which is a dark spot micro dot product, also from Peach Slices. I've been loving this. This I don't think is going to work for every dark spot or hyperpigmentation mark, but it does really work well on active breakouts, putting it on and kind of getting rid of that redness and all of that. And I feel like this really lightened how dark this was going to be, because normally, because of how long this was on my face, would have been so dark. It would have been the color of this, I swear. It would have been so dark on me, but using this, it made such a big difference. And now it's not quite as brown as it would be, and it's a little bit more pink. So I've been actually very impressed with this. And then lastly, I've been loving this. So this is the Maya Chia Powerful, and my hair has just kind of been, my scalp specifically just has needed something, and this has been great. I love, if you struggle with your hair, or you want your hair to grow, or you want your hair to be thick or whatever, products like this, it doesn't have to be this. It can be any type of like scalp product. Taking care of your scalp is so important for healthy hair, and I've just been loving this. I know that this is a little pricey, but it's really, really worth it. I also really love, I mean, I've talked about this. I've also talked about the Reverie, their scalp tonic, and I also really like the Briogeo one that is more like charcoal-y. They're just so good. But any type of something that helps with your scalp health will really help with your hair. And is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. That is it for my February beauty favorites. I would love to know down below, what have you been loving? Are there any new movies, new shows, new foods that I need to be trying? Please leave a comment down below. And yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.